Okay. Focus. All right. Take 3. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about what it's like dating in your 30s. I wanted to create a short video that gives you the lowdown, the honest truth, and tells you everything you need to know about dating in your 30s. So let's get into it. Okay, so first thing is that deal breakers and more serious questions come up a lot sooner. So I've been on many dates, first dates, where there are questions that are like, do you want kids? Where do you want to live in the next 2 to 3 years? What's your love language? What's your communication style? Are you religious? Are you not religious? Because in your 30s, and this is both for women and men, people who are looking for a serious relationship or relationship in general are just not trying to waste their time. And so they're like, let me find out if we're compatible. And you just know yourself a lot more in your 30s, so you know what you want and you know what you're looking for. And so people just come out of the gate asking these hard-hitting questions, whereas I feel like in your 20s you kind of just didn't even think about these things or didn't ask them. And also related to that, the dating pool changes in the sense that now in your 30s you're going to come across a lot of people, or maybe not a lot, but more people who have already gone through a marriage and are now divorced, or people who might have kids already and are debating wanting more, or really are firm and not wanting kids. And so these types of questions related to lifestyle and how you want to live your life are super, super important. So they come up way more frequently. Okay, number 2, I mentioned it a little bit in the first thing that I mentioned, but in your 30s, you just know yourself a lot more and you know who you are and you know what you want because you've just dated for a couple of years or more than a couple of years. And so you've gotten to meet different types of people and really figure out what's compatible with who you are. And so I would say in your 30s, you're just a lot more selective, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that I feel like in my 20s, I was open to dating anyone. I kind of was just looking for anyone who was fun, interesting, cool, and still looking for that now, but there are a lot of other factors like values, lifestyle, you know, where they see themselves that really come into play. It's a lot more of the like, I don't know, boring questions, but the boring questions are the kinds of questions that actually are really foundational to a compatible relationship. So again, in your 30s, I would just say that you're a lot more selective and a lot more clear on what you're looking for and who you want to date. Okay, so the last one is one that maybe people across all age groups can relate to, but I find that a lot of people are just perpetually deleting and then re-downloading the apps 2 to 3 weeks later. And a lot of people, myself included, have a love-hate relationship with the dating apps because on one hand, they're obviously so amazing because you get to meet people who you would potentially never meet in the real world or who you never come across. And especially if you're a more shy or introverted person, it's a lot easier to think of an interesting or unique message to send to someone on an app versus maybe going up to them in person. But on the other side of things, dating apps, as many people have said on the internet before, can be really exhausting, overwhelming, depleting in terms of just having so many conversations of the same kinds or having conversations that end up not going anywhere. And so in your 30s, your time is so sacred, and again, you're just so comfortable with who you are and comfortable spending time alone that a night in on a Friday night is equally, sometimes more appealing than potentially going out on a date where you have to do small talk and then be asked for the bazillionth time what you did this weekend or what you do for a living or what your job is. And so I would say that while dating in your 30s, you just go through cycles where you're like, I hate dating apps and I'm never gonna use them again. I vow to meet my person in real life. Or you have periods where you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna like really dive into dating apps and really try to find my person and really commit to this. And again, maybe that's something that happens across all age groups, but I find I am just deleting the apps way more often than I did in my 20s. Okay, so that's it. I know it's a really short video, but I just wanted to share the main differences that I saw from dating in my 20s to my now 30s. And I'm happy to do another video on this, but I really would love to hear from you all on your stories and your thoughts on what it's like dating in your 30s or anything else that I missed that you really wanted to touch upon or talk about. And really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I'm so grateful for anyone who watches these videos. Thank you so much. And if you want to figure out life with me, please subscribe. It would mean so, so much to me, and I can't wait to hear from you all. Thanks, everyone. Bye.